It's the Amanda Seales Show. It's Amanda Seales here. How's everybody doing? I cut my bangs myself. And I just want to let everybody know that I feel like I did an okay job. I did an okay job. I know you're probably looking at me like, did you? Did you? But it's really, this is the product that has them looking like this. It's not the cut of my sword. So I'm going to get it together and then I'll come back and I'll be like, oh, I feel you. I feel you. Also, shout out to Black women who understand that your hair be having 7 different textures. Okay. Like the hair in the front of my head is a whole other texture than the hair in the middle of my head. It's a whole other texture than the hair in the back of my head. All right. I got several different ancestors going on in this scalp. Several. All right. Well, let's talk about these conservatives. They are looking to field test a strategy to help steer Black people away from the Democratic Party. You don't even have to do that right now. But anyways, by convincing Black people that President Joe Biden will ban menthol cigarettes. Oh. Now, as somebody who used to do those truth commercials, like I did a truth campaign.
Oh, yeah, I remember that back in the day.
I did a truth campaign. And, you know, menthol cigarettes are out here for the people, for the kids, you know what I'm saying? For not the kids, but for the Black folks. Like they definitely are very specifically for Black folks. And at this point, they market them specifically to them. But the goal is to convince Black voters to come to the GOP by telling them Democrats is going to take your Newports. Now, the American Lung Association says getting rid of them could save 654,000 lungs of mainly Black people. So, just saying, when we get into this time of year or every 4 years, we start talking about the Black vote.
Yes, absolutely.
I feel like this is one of the few times where we really talk about like the Black collective. The other times that we talk about the Black collective are,
I don't
when are
know.
the times when we talk about that? I'm really like as it happened, I was like, what do we ever talk about?
Oh, right.
Like, you know, what do the Blacks think about this? Like, I think it's rare, and this is one of those times where we start talking about the Black vote. And I always say that as Black people, we are still, you know, remiss in our ability to truly be a community because we can't even agree on who Black.
Yeah.
Right. So we got some stuff within us that I feel like is already impeding our efficacy as a unified front. That being said, can we agree, at least the Black folks on the Amanda Seales Show, which would be all of us, can we agree that this is nonsense?
I think that's correct. I think when they do these initiatives with incentives like this to get people to vote is insulting to us. Mm-hmm. Like you can tell they didn't know any Black people. So what are Black people like? Let's sell cigarettes. Let's say, you know, Joe Biden.
Take a ride over to Baltimore real quick and see what's going on over there. Don't get out the car, though. Don't get out the car.
Yeah. And I think they do the same thing with white people with saying Joe Biden's going to ban all your guns or, you know, some of the other things that they say.
Connection.
Yeah. I think
that was a brilliant connect right there, buddy boy.
Oh, you know, sometimes I come through.
I do my thing. Yo, but it's also just very. Go ahead, TJ.
What does it say about the thought of who smokes menthol cigarettes? Like, is it Black people or is it Democrats? Like, what are they saying? Who smokes menthol cigarettes? And how shallow could these people be if you are swayed by something like that? And there would be someone who would disappoint us and say, you know what?
I think that appeals to some older Black menthol cigarette smokers that would really jump on the train if they heard that. Like, yeah, I know some people.
My thing though is that is the population of Black menthol smokers that big that they're like, we got to do a whole entire initiative for this, an entire initiative. Oh. You know what? You know how Republicans could get Black folks away from voting Democrat? I'm gonna tell you how it could happen real quick. Pass the George Floyd Anti-Lynching Act. That immediately, if you started going around saying we want Black people to live and not have to die at the hands of police, baby, you get all the Black voters that you want, and the smokers will come over smoking with the menthol in their mouth while they tick your name in the box. But never that. Never that. It's never about how do we give Black folks actual equality in order to get their vote.
You start talking about a reparation check, you might have my ear too.
Sir. Anywho, we always have to ask this question, okay? So we're going to do it, and we're going to do it right now. Why should black people care? If they pander for your vote, on the other side, expect mirrors and smoke.